Not long ago, I saw something about Michael Jackson, the corporate entity, that is. Still, Michael Jackson, long after his death, the Michael Jackson empire, you might call it. Because all these years after his death, Michael Jackson is still outselling everybody. He's prospering. He's doing a lot better than he was when he was alive. Dying, while unfortunate for him personally, was an excellent business move. Just before he died, Michael Jackson was preparing to do a big show. And, as I understand it, the show would have proven that he still had it. That he still was Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Frank Sinatra grew up, grew old, and succeeded in his maturity. Michael Jackson, along with Elvis and some others in music and entertainment business, did not really grow up. They hit a peak of stardom, and after that, no one really wanted anything else from them. That kind of thing can provoke a terrible identity crisis. It can lead to not just an early retirement, but a premature demise. The circumstances of the individual cases differ, but the results are the same. I thought about this while I was watching Peter Pan the other day. Never mind while I was watching Peter Pan, but there it was, the Disney classic cartoon. And I could not help but think about it because there it was in the movie, Peter's world, Neverland. That was Michael's world as well. The salient feature of Neverland is that no one there ever grows up. That's why Wendy has to go immediately. Because back on Earth, she's scheduled to leave the nursery. She's going to grow up. It's why Tinkerbell instinctively resents her as a rival. She hasn't come to Neverland to hang out with Peter and the Lost Boys like her brothers, Michael and John. She's come to be their mother and to tell them stories. All of this made me think about Michael Jackson and his Neverland. And though it's pointless, and would be even if he was alive, I felt sorry for him. Pity. Thinking of him and his Neverland and never growing up, it all made sense. All the cosmetic surgery, the crazy medical practices, the bariatric sleeping chamber, or whatever it was called, even the chimp, and even sleeping with young boys, which had been his undoing. Creepy behavior, bordering on the perverse. But what if he was just being with the Lost Boys, not having sex with them? That's not the point. Loving them and protecting them, keeping them safe from the grown-up world. Absolutely. Just look at the grown-up world. Look at it. Take a good look. It is a horror, something to be avoided at all costs. No sensible person could argue otherwise. I'm not saying that this is a psychological examination of either Michael Jackson or Peter Pan, but it did occur to me that instead of appearing in The Wiz, what might have happened if Michael Jackson, when he was still young, had starred in a production of Peter Pan, the story, the role he was born to play. That performance, if not the performer, would still be timeless. And it would have been the opposite of the Oscar Wilde story. The performer could have aged cruelly, while his artistic creation remained, as the romantics like to call it, forever young. None of that happened. Michael Jackson died trying desperately and pathetically to avoid aging, and his attempt to live out a classic fairy tale was considered to be not a charming fantasy, but a bizarre perversion, and a perfect target for lawsuits, celebrity gossip, and caustic comedy. If Peter Pan were real, he'd have much bigger problems than losing his shadow and Captain Hook, who is also threatened by that ticking crocodile, the enemy of us all, the ultimate, relentless, remorseless villain, time.